Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. When I was just a little nigga, I looked up to my bigger bro, begged if I could kick it. So when he went out with girls, I could go tagging along, nagging. If she had a sis, maybe kidnap the baby hood rat. Y'all remember way back then, when it was 1985, all the way live, I think I was about 10. One of those happy little niggas singing the blues that be always trying to brag.
I see y'all, man. Much appreciated for tuning in. Y'all know who it is and what it is, man. The God Anointed Game Appointed Gentleman Freeze is it.
To play hide and go get it with the younger hunters by the bungalows. Then switch to playing ding dong hitch when that gets old and too cold to hack it. They were on a bomber jacket. You could tell the ballers because they fell wearing the zaps. If they really had money raised, be sporting the cats. And all the girls had they Turkish slick. If it broke, then they made earrings too, like they meant to do it. But sometimes I still sit and reminisce and think about the years I was raised. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid. I'm still back in the days, but now the year is 87, 88. That's when my crew and I were in junior high. In 7th grade, I hated school. No doubt I couldn't wait to get out. But let me finish this reminiscing and telling about when girls was spelling tight corduroys like butter boys, basket wigs, Nike cornets and footsie socks, and eating pickles with Tootsie Pops. And don't stop, I'm glad it's when JJ Fred and Supersonic, it was kinda like a sport to wear biker shorts, to wear jeans, and it seemed like she's had boys in their brush on their asses. Dudes had on Nike suits and the Pumas with the fat laces, cause it was either that or K-Swiss. I missed those days, and so
James Kills, I appreciate you for tuning in, man. Be it from the conscious community or from here, as long as you soaking up some knowledge, man, and you got the right intentions, the balance is gonna come together. Ray Gunn, blessings to you as well, man. Blessings to all of y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Just giving you a minute to get up in here, man, so I can give you a little history, man, because my history ain't no mystery, man. So I'm going to let y'all know about Freeze before the game, which a lot of people don't really know about, unless they really, really know. Bro Flex, I appreciate you tuning in for the first time. Goldie, Ken, what's up with y'all, man? South Central LA, that's where I stayed and figured a way out. I gave it all I had, so for what it's worth, I went from rags to riches, which is drag, but now I'm thirsty. Yeah, we said that we was gonna make it since a kid, and we finally did, but sometimes I still sit and reminisce. Frito OG, as always, much appreciated, bro. $716, what's up with it? Vitamin C, King She, Razor Ramon, what's up with y'all? Frito, you got 5 on it, huh? Yeah. We're going to put this game in the air, man. Anton, what's up with you? Khalil, another first timer. I appreciate you for tuning in. James Bell, I dig that, man. I have ghost written for people, but man, it's been a long time. But I still got it in me though, man. We might chop it up about that. Okay, man, we got a good amount of people in here, so we're going to get into it, man. First and foremost, guess what I'm going to ask y'all? Let's see who know what Freeze finna ask. Haha, Antone, you already know. Yeah, man. Did you have your water today, though? Yeah. See, mine halfway gone. We halfway through the day, and I'm halfway done with my gallon, man. Yeah. If you have not, put you some love in your body, man. It's that love juice. Put you some love juice in your body, man. Jay said he got his gallon right there. Dig that. It's a few things I don't leave home without. I don't leave home without my money. I don't leave home without my ID, driver license. I don't leave home without my cell phone, usually. And I definitely don't leave home without my water, man. I don't leave home without my love juice, man. I got to keep putting love in my body. Okay, man, so as the title suggests, I'm gonna talk about my life before the game. Pretty sure y'all seen the thumbnail for this video. That thumbnail is me in New York City. Yeah, 2003. That was me in New York City in Manhattan, waiting for the 2 train going to Harlem from Midtown back in 2002. You know, that was a totally different Freeze. That wasn't Freeze the P. That was Freeze the Hustler. But before Freeze the Hustler, breaking down my whole adult life, man. My senior year of high school, I'm 18 years old. It's Christmas Eve. Me and my pops get into it. I'm living with my pops at the time. We get into it over some petty shit. Really, the reason why we got into it is because he was already upset, you know, over some previous shit that was going on in his life, and he kind of like took it out on me. Came up to my job and kicked me out. Pops kicked me out the house at 18 years old, my senior year of high school, Christmas Eve. You know what I mean? And like I said, he came up to my job and did it. He used to work across the street from me at an auto body shop. And I worked at Target at the time. Which Target, that's the only square job I ever had. I worked at Target from the time I was 17 till I was 19, 2.5 years just about. So, Pops kicked me out the crib. You know, I was staying with my little girlfriend at the time for a minute off and on. And then me and my homeboys ended up getting a condo together. We ended up getting a 3-bedroom condo together. And shortly after that, I say about 2 months after Pops kicked me out the house, this one I'm heavy into the rapping at the same time. So I get off work at Target in Signal Hill off of Atlantic Avenue. I catch the bus when I get off work to go to the north side of Long Beach to my homeboy's studio so I could record some music. So I get off work, go to the studio, lay a track, and at the time, the condo that me and the homies had was in Hawaiian Gardens, which is way on the other side of town. So I got to catch the 61 bus back down to the east side by the Poly Apartments, and then catch, I think it's the 170. I ain't caught the bus in so long. I want to say it's the 173 that takes you from PCH and Atlantic all the way to Hawaiian Gardens. So I'm sitting there on the bus stop. It's about 10 o'clock at night. You know, in Long Beach, they got the schedule for the bus posted on the bus stop, right? So I look down the street. The bus is about like 2 or 3 minutes late. So I look down the street. I don't see the bus. I'm the only one on the bus stop. And when I look down the street to see the bus, it's an alley off to the side. This right in front of the Poly Apartments. It's an alley off to the side. I see a Mexican dude coming out the alley with a hoodie on. He didn't have a hood on his head, but he had a hoodie on. And he just like casually trotting up towards where I was at. And my silly ass, you know, I'm 19. I'm not nearly as wise and sharp as I am now, but I didn't really pay him no mind. So I turned my back. As soon as I turned my back, he got the burner in my hip. So he like, look, man, give me everything you got. Yada, yada. And he walked me off into a dark corner. Behind the bus stop, it's like a grass hill. He walked me over that little grass hill into a little dark cut area. And he like, give me everything you got. So I ain't really had no cash on me. I had just enough money to catch the bus, which is probably like $1 and some change. So I tell him, I say, look, man, because I gave him my wallet. I say, my ATM card is in there, my debit card. I can take you to the ATM and pull 300 out for you. He like, nah, fuck that. Just give me everything you got. I had, see, that's how far back this shit is. See, a lot of y'all probably too young to remember, but they had the two-way pagers at the time to talk about. They had the time ports and to talk about. Now, I mean, if you had a little bit more money at the time, you had the time port. But if you was a B.O.B. baller on a budget, you had to talk about, you know what I mean? So I had the little two-way pager talk about thing, and I forgot that I even had that on me. So I didn't even give him my talk about because I forgot I had it on me. I gave him my wallet, and that was it. And he's still asking me to give him everything. So another baller on the budget thing I had on me, I had a cubic zirconia in my ear. So he keep telling me to give him everything. I'm like, fuck, what else can I give this motherfucker? So I remember the earring in my ear. I say, I take the cubic out. It's dark than a motherfucker. Plus, he young like I'm young, so he probably don't know the difference between a diamond and a cubic. So I take it out. I say, here, it's a diamond earring. He look at it. He like, all right, cool. And he put it in his pocket. He had like the pockets like this on the hoodie. He put the earring in his pocket. Now, mind you, this whole time, I'm on my knees. And he's standing up in front of me, facing me. So we facing each other, but I'm on my knees. So he tell me to stand up. This after I done gave him everything. He tells me to stand up. Nah, he didn't have no mask on. He tell me to stand up, right? So I'm thinking like, I gave this dude everything. Why he don't just take off? Why is he telling me to stand up? And see, those of y'all that, see, I'm 36, about to be 37 next month. So those of y'all in my age range, y'all, if you from Southern California, you remember how the tension was between the black and the brown. You know what I mean? They used to send each other on missions, you know what I mean? Like Crips and Bloods, Pyrus, criminals, etc. They'll send their little homies on a mission to go take out an essay and vice versa. But see, with the essays, see, with the blacks, when they targeted the Hispanics, it was more so like a essay thing. You know, they wasn't targeting civilians. They wasn't targeting paisas and shit like that. If they was beefing with essays, they targeted essays. But see, the essays was so cold, all you had to be was black. It didn't matter if you was gangbanging or not. If you black, you got to watch out for the essays. You know what I mean? So, and that was the first thing I told dude when he put the gun on me. I got my Target uniform on. So I tell him, I'm like this. I'm like, look, man, I don't gangbang. I'm just on my way home from work. He like, fuck, I don't give a fuck about none of that. But when he told me to stand up, I'm thinking this is one of them situations where his big homies done sent him on a mission to go take out a nigga. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking he finna try to kill me. So I'm raising up off my knees slowly. And I'm moving real slow. Then I move suddenly. I grabbed his gun hand. He had the gun in his right hand. So I grabbed his gun hand and I turned him around. And now I got him from behind like this. And I got both of his wrists like this. So he got the gun right here. And he like this. And I got him from behind. And I shocked myself. I'm like, damn, I got this motherfucker. You know what I mean? To me, it was like some movie type shit. So I'm like, damn, I got this motherfucker. And within that split second of me thinking like that, I kind of like, I wasn't mindful to keep hold of him. So he broke out of my hold and he turned around, but I was smart enough and scared enough to never let go of his gun hand. So now he turned around, we facing me. We facing each other again, but I got his gun hand. So we fighting for the gun going like this. We fighting for the gun and the trigger go off. And we about the same size, you know what I mean? About the same height, same size. I probably weigh about 170 pounds at this time. I'm not nearly as big as I am or strong as I am right now. So he turned around, I got his gun hand, we fighting for the gun going everywhere. I could have got hit in the chest, I could have got hit in the head, but you know, the Most High spared me. So I hear the trigger go off. Bow! And it's like it's a 380. I hear the trigger go off, and my first instinct was to run. And like I said, it's like a grassy hill. It's a grass like hill little area. So I'm trying to run over the hill when I hear the gunshot go off. But my leg keep giving out on me. Every time I try to push off my left leg to get over the hill, my leg keep collapsing under me. Mind you, because my adrenaline is pumping. My adrenaline is so turned up right now, I didn't feel anything. As soon as I heard the gunshot, I'm trying to run, but my leg keep giving out on me. So I'm like, fuck. So then that's when it dawned on me like, damn, Freeze, that bullet hit your motherfucking ass in the knee. So once I realized I couldn't run, I just laid in the grass face down. And I looked up at dude. I look up at him and he just standing there with the gun like this, just looking at me. So I'm like, fuck. I really thought it was over, y'all. So I put my face in the grass. I'm like, damn, this nigga finna dome me. I just put my face in the grass like this. I waited about 10 seconds and I looked up and he had took off down the street. So, my stupid ass, right? Because, see, I got a different mentality at this time. You know, I got a square job. See, that's why I can relate to a square. Because when you got a square job, you got to be calculated with your money. And when you treat yourself to things, you appreciate it that much more because you worked hard for it. So, at the time, I was really into a Nietzsche, right? And that's the kind of pants that I had on, with some Nietzsche cargo khaki pants. So I crawled to the bus stop, sit on the bench. I started screaming. And some dudes in the PAs, which is the Poly Apartments, some dudes came, you know, they heard the gunshot. They came outside. They like, hey, homie, you all right? I said, man, I just got shot, man. Could y'all please call the ambulance? They're like, don't trip, homie, we got you. So, police roll up, ambulance roll up, the fire department roll up, and the fire department pull up, and academics was the shit too. Hey, but I was strictly a Nietzsche. My whole wardrobe was a Nietzsche. I had like one pair of Miyoshi. So y'all probably don't remember the Miyoshi though. I had some Miyoshi jeans. I had a couple things, Dada. But damn near everything, my closet was a Nietzsche. I had some Mecca shit too. I had a little bit of Mecca, but my whole closet, I was a Nietzsche fanatic. I had the velour suits, all the button-ups, the t-shirts, all the jeans, everything a Nietzsche, I had it. So when the fire department roll up, the fireman pull up on me. He like, where'd you get hit? I tell him I was like, my left knee. So he like, I'm gonna have to cut your pants leg off. So I say, damn, man, I paid $80 for these pants. Here I am with a motherfucking 380 slug in my kneecap. And I'm like, man, I paid $80 for these pants. And he like, you stupid for that South Pole shit. South Pole with the lugs. Nah, I had a little bit of standards with my shit though, you know what I mean? I was a Nietzsche everything. Pimp wasn't rocking no motherfucking South Pole, man. But anyway, I tell the fireman, I say, nah, man, you can't cut these pants. I pay $80 for these pants, man. You know, $80 was expensive for some pants back then. So he like, man, you just got shot in these pants. I doubt you ever gonna want to wear them again. I thought about it, I said, damn, you got a point. Go ahead, cut them off. So, hey, he cut my pants leg off, and I seen my knee. That shit was so motherfucking nasty. It looked like, just imagine like somebody under some covers and like, you know, seeing some fingers sticking out from under some covers or something like that. That's the best way I could describe it. It looked like it was a little creature inside my knee trying to come out. My knee was pulverized. My kneecap was pulverized. So, long story short, I ended up getting surgery and everything. And they took my kneecap out. So even still to this day, I only got one kneecap. But after that first surgery, I was in the cast for 6 weeks. And when I came out the cast, I started physical therapy. But I wasn't making no progress. I was going to physical therapy for months. No progress. My knee was stuck straight. My leg was stuck. So imagine not being able to bend your leg. My leg was stuck. I could only bend it by like about that much. That's about how far I could bend it. So when I get in the car, I got to ride with my foot on the dashboard. I can't sit in the back seat at all. Yeah, so I couldn't bend my leg for like the first 9 months. Then my doctor, my physical therapist recommended to my doctor that I get a second surgery so that I'll be able to bend my knee. So after that second surgery, I start being able to bend my knees. Now the physical therapy is working. So now that the physical therapy is working, I'm going to the gym on my own time after physical therapy, working on my leg. I was fucking with the exercise bike. First, I couldn't even do a full revolution on the exercise bike. It was kind of like a teeter. I was like rocking like this. Then I was, you know, more. And then now I'm able to do this on the exercise bike. So once I'm able to do this on the exercise bike, that's when I start going to the gym. Now I don't walk with a limp. You'll never be able to tell by the way that I walked that my leg was fucked up. So physical therapy, going to the gym. Now I'm able to bend my leg all the way again, and I'm walking normal again. At the time, I was walking with a limp, but after that second surgery, physical therapy, going to the gym, now my leg is back, you know, halfway cool. I couldn't run at that time. I could jog, but every time I try to sprint, it'll turn into a hobble. You know what I mean? Later on, I was able to sprint with no problem, but it took some time. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But so now I'm on medical leave at Target, right? I can't work at Target right now, so I'm on medical leave and I'm getting the fuck is that shit? Basically, I'm getting paid, you know, for being on medical leave. I forget what the shit is called. Damn. But the government is paying me, you know, it's kind of like unemployment, but it's when you can't work. I forget. I can't believe it escapes my mind right now. It's something real simple. But anyway, yeah, nah, not workman's comp. Damn, I forget the name of that shit. But anyway, disability, there you go. I can't believe I couldn't think of that shit. So I'm getting a disability check every month, right? So, but I gotta give Target, in order to maintain my disability check and maintain my job at Target, I gotta give them a doctor's note every 3 months. So 9 months rolls around, it's time for me to give another doctor's note, but for whatever reason, I can't remember, I was late with the doctor's note, right? So this how Target do me. Target grind me for this. So they put me on the schedule, and when I didn't show up to work, because they didn't notify me that I was on the schedule, and they knew that my leg was still fucked up, they knew that I couldn't work, but because I didn't give the doctor's note, they put me on the schedule for 3 days in a row. When I didn't show up for them 3 days in a row, they fired me for job abandonment. And the cold part about it, I had to find out through my pops. Because like I said, my pops work at the auto body shop across the street. So everybody at Target, right, they didn't want to pay me. Supervisor didn't nobody call me. They didn't let me know I was on the schedule or nothing. So, like I said, my pops work at the auto body shop across the street. And at this point in time, I've been working at Target like 2.5, damn near 3 years. So everybody know who my dad is. So my pops inside Target buying some shit one day, and different people who work there letting him know, like, hey man, you know your son got fired. He like, for real? What happened? And they explained to him. So then that's how I found out that I was fired. I didn't even know about being on the schedule and none of, I found out I was fired through my pops. He called me, said, yeah, man, they, you know, Target fired you, right? I said, what? He like, yeah, man, they put you on schedule, and when you didn't show up, they fired you for job abandonment. I said, damn. So, little did I know at the time, but I was in for a life of crime, though. You did? So, no, I take that back. Matter of fact, I started hustling while I was on disability. But I still was planning on keeping my job at Target. But once Target fired me, I just went full-fledged into hustling, right? So, like I said, at the time when my leg is fucked up, I'm staying with 2 of my homeboys. 3 of us got a 3-bedroom condo. So that our older homeboy was renting out to us. So the homie Stacy worked at Warehouse Music. Was, again, some of y'all too young. Y'all probably don't remember Warehouse Music. But back in the days, they used to have this thing called a CD, right? CD stand for compact disc. I know some of y'all youngsters ain't never heard of that shit. But it was a little disc. I forget how many inches or centimeters long it was in diameter. But you pop it into a device called a CD, compact disc player. You know what I mean? And that's how you would listen to music. And before that, they had this other thing called a cassette tape. You know what I mean? Where you put that in a different device, a cassette player, and that's how you would listen to music. You know what I mean? These is ancient times, you know what I mean? This is history. But you're talking to a dinosaur, so I remember, you know what I mean? But like I said, the homie Stacy, he worked at the Warehouse Music. He was a manager there. And before that, A-Track. Nah, see, you probably too young. That wasn't before. A-Track was before that. But or that maybe that's what you mean. Before that, it was A-Track. Yeah, that's before my time. But anyway, the homie Stacy, he worked at Warehouse Music, where you buy these things called compact discs and cassette tapes. Hold on. Okay. And the other homie was Smooth. Now, extended clips as usual. Thank you, man. Yeah, I remember Sam Goody too. Okay, but Smooth was the other roommate. Now, Smooth and Stacy, they cousins. And Smooth worked at Sprint. Smooth worked at the Sprint call center, right? So, by Smooth working at the Sprint call center, he got access to people's accounts. You know what I mean? So, Smooth come home, and we chopping it up. Because Smooth got the idea. He like, look, man, we could start getting Sprint phones and flipping them. You know what I mean? We could get them for free because I got access to people's accounts. We could order the phones, or we can go into the store and get these phones under people's accounts, and we can start selling them to people who already got Sprint service. So that's what we would do, right? Droney, as always, appreciate you, bro. So this how our little master plan worked, right? Let's see. Okay, Anton, right? Anton, let's say that you got a business account with Sprint, right? You got Anton Entertainment, right? And your business has A1 credit, and if your business got A1 credit, Anton Entertainment qualifies for 30 lines. So you can have up to 30 Sprint phones activated on Anton Entertainment's account, right? So at first we ordering like 5 phones at a time. Before we start ordering though, we going into the store. So this is what we would do, right? Say Anton Entertainment didn't want to fuck with Sprint no more. You cancel your Sprint service and you go to Verizon. Now, even though you canceled your service and you went to Verizon, Anton Entertainment's account is in Sprint system forever. So you might be tired of Verizon 5 years later and want to come back to Sprint. All you got to do is have a phone. It could be an old phone. It could be a brand new phone. You can call up. You can say, yeah, I'm Anton from Anton Entertainment. I had a account with you guys back in 2001. I wanted to reactivate my service. So they'll say, okay, Mr. Anton, do you have your old account number or your old phone number? And you could give them either one of those, and they could pull your account up, and you could use that phone that you have on you, and they could activate that phone on your account. Now your account is back active. So that's what we was doing. We'll take old accounts like Anton Entertainment, take a phone, use that phone and reactivate the account, and then now I could put myself freeze on your account. So now I'm an authorized user of Anton Entertainment's account. So now I could go into the Sprint store, and we used to try to keep it cool. Or no, matter of fact, that was the policy. If you go into the Sprint store, you can get up to five devices at one time. So this is what we was doing all over California. Then we ended up going to Arizona and Nevada later on after we burnt California out. But we went to when I say every Sprint store, from San Diego to San Francisco and all in between. We went to every Sprint store getting phones, milking their ass. Then, you know, everybody want to get $1, and everybody want to get more than what they making if they work at a job. So we start getting cool with people that work at Sprint in the stores. And man, like we had the homie, I ain't gonna say his name, but man, hey, the homie, we had the Armenian homie at the Glendale store. Man, we got it so cool with him, we didn't even have to go inside the store. We pull up to the motherfucking behind the store, call the homie like, yeah, homie, we right here. They just bringing out the phones to us in bags. They just bringing the phones out to us, you know what I mean? Yeah, hey, it wasn't too far from the Glendale Galleria. The Sprint store was right there on Brand Boulevard, I forget the cross street. It's probably still there to this day. This is back in like 2001, 2002. So we getting these phones out of the stores. Everything is rocking and rolling. You know what I mean? We start living good. We start getting cool little cars, stepping our dress code up. You know, everything like that. So we rocking and rolling, everything is cool. But we dealing on like we just hitting the streets, pounding the pavement like that. You know what I mean? We pulling up to grocery store parking lots, the mall, you know, everywhere. Hey man, you got Sprint service? Yeah, I got Sprint. Look, man, I got the hookup for you, man. You know them Sanyo 6000s, the thinnest phone in the world. Yeah, man, in the stores, if you go to Sprint, it's gonna cost you $300, man, but I got it brand new in the box for you right now for $150. Oh, for real? Damn, man, I was finna get that phone for my girl for Christmas, man. I was finna spend $300, man. Good looking, homie. And I'll sit right there, we'll sit right there with him, turn the phone on, right in front of him, all the shit. You know what I mean? So we had a smooth system, right? But like I said, and then we start employing the homies and the home girls. You know, motherfuckers who wanted to make some money. If we had homies that wanted to make some money, we'll give them some phones. And let's say the phone go for $300, we'll let them sell the phone for $150 or whatever they can sell it for. They might sell it for $200. We just want $100 on the back end. So we taking $100 off of each phone that somebody else sell. Everything is cool, right? So one day we in the Fox Hills Mall and we approached this Indian dude. He was from India. We approach him and say, yeah, man, we got the Sprint phones on deck, man. You know, whatever Sprint phones you want, we can get them for half price. So he like, oh, for real? He like, look, man, I'm finna introduce y'all to my cousin, man. He'll buy whatever you got. If you got 1,000 phones, he'll cash you out for all 1,000 phones at the price that you want right now. So we like, cool. So now we ain't gotta pound the pavement so much no more and deal with all these different people. Now we got one dude that's gonna buy everything that we got. So if we got 100 phones and we want 150 for each phone, we might cut him a little deal, let him get them for like $125 a piece. So he cashing us out every time. So now the hustle is really going. You know what I mean? And we got unlimited access. Oh, and that's another thing too. Yeah, I was exaggerating. We never sold 1,000 phones at one time, but this dude who I'm talking about, if we had 1,000 phones, he would have cashed us out for that. The most phones we probably sold, we was doing it every day, but you know, like we probably sold them like 40 or 50 phones at a time, maybe more. You know, it's been a long time, so I can't remember exactly, but it was a regular thing. We coming to him with 30 phones or better every time normally, you know what I mean? Because he liked to buy in bulk. So, you know, right, the bulk sale. So, Smooth ended up getting fired from Sprint, right? So when Smooth ended up getting fired from Sprint, now we don't have a connect for the accounts because we need the accounts to get the phones. So what do? When we call in, because we used to call in and set the phones up set the accounts up over the phone. We end up getting cool with this one dude. You know, my nigga Smooth talking to a dude in the call center that got the same job like him, but he in Chicago. You know what I mean? The homie D from Chicago, Smooth called and get him on the phone, and they chopping it up. He like, yeah, what kind of business you do? Oh, I do music. You know what I mean? I'm a producer. Oh, that's what's up. I'm a producer too. Yeah, maybe we could link up, man. What's your information? So once he get D on a personal note, he let D know, like, look, man, this is what me and my partners got going on, man. You know, we need these accounts from Sprint, and we'll give you $75 for every account that you give us. So he was like, cool. You know what I mean? So we got real cool with dude. We chipping him off. Everything is running smooth, you know what I mean? So everything running like that. And then we end up burning California out. really the whole West Coast, but mainly California. We went so hard in California that they changed their policy. Like I said, you used to be able to go inside the store and get the phones that way. But we went so hard, California changed their policy to where you couldn't go inside the store and get phones no more. You had to call and order them and have them delivered to you. So we started doing that. And same thing, we ordering phones, we ordering like 4 or 5 at a time, you know what I mean? And we treated that shit like a 9 to 5. Me and Smooth and Stacy, we'll get up at like 5 in the morning. Yeah, because I think that's what time, our time, the call centers would open. So we'll get up at 5 in the morning and start placing orders. You know what I mean? We'll call each other to make sure each other was awake. Smooth, Stace, what's up? Y'all Freeze. Y'all awake? What's up, man? Let's get to it. So we, every morning, like clockwork, 5 in the morning, we getting up, calling, making orders, having phones delivered. So we end up going to the Midwest, to Ohio first, then we start moving around a little bit around the Midwest. I got a whole separate story about the Midwest, but that's for another day. But we end up going to the East Coast, right? We went to New York. And we didn't notice at the time, but California was investigating us. California had launched it. They investigated us for a year before they finally cracked us. So we go to New York, and we sitting inside McDonald's placing orders on the phone one day, right? Now, mind you, like I said, we ordering only 5 at a time because, to our knowledge, that's the most that you could order over the phone. But I called in one day, I'm placing an order, talking to this lady, and she's like, yeah, how many phones did you want? I said, well, how many can I get? She was like, well, you can order up to 10 at a time. I said, oh, shit. Let me get 10 then, you know what I mean? So that boosted our game up even more. Now we're able to get more phones at a faster rate. We're able to get 10 phones at a time off of one account. So we might order 30, 40, 50 phones a day, you know what I mean? And they come in, you know, 50, 60, 70 phones a day, and they come in, you know, all at one time. So like I said, me and Smooth went to New York. Stacy stayed in California. So me and Smooth in New York doing our thing. I ended up finding a Dominican dude in Harlem that owned a cell phone store and started selling phones to him. But his old think he slick New York ass. He tried to pull a fast one on me, so I cut him off. And but we stayed dealing with our dude in California, the Indian dude that we had in California. Kept him on deck. He kept buying us, cashing us out for everything. And so Smooth ended up going back to the West Coast, right? And left me in New York by myself. Yeah, Jay Evans, the store that he had was on like I want to say it was like 146th, 147th and Broadway, something like that. Because that's what I was finna tell you. I met a little chick in Harlem, right? And I started living with her. Because before I started living with the chick in Harlem, me and Smooth was staying in this little raggedy joint. It was like a hostel. The shit had one bathroom on every floor. So we got to share the bathroom with everybody on that floor. And that's why I stopped carrying a wallet. Last wallet I ever had was in New York. I went to that bathroom to take a shower. I walked away. It was on 23rd Street and 11th Avenue in the Chelsea area. So we stand in Chelsea at this little raggedy joint. I took a shower. I left my wallet in the bathroom, I swear to you, for like 30 seconds. You know, them New York motherfuckers is fast. I came back to the bathroom 30 seconds later, my wallet was gone. So I told myself from that point, I was like, man, I ain't carrying no wallet no more. So, and haven't since. So when Smooth left, I'm staying at the little raggedy joint by myself. And I think I was paying like $50 a day for that shit, which was the cheapest spot that we could find. So I met the little chick from Harlem. Well, she was from Queens, but she lived in Harlem. Little red bone bitch, green eyes, had the little sexy gap in her teeth. Fine ass bitch, right? And a cold freak. You know what I mean? She was a Scorpio like me. And, you know, I don't really believe in the signs like that, but hey, we was both living up to the Scorpio, whatever they say about Scorpios, we was living up to that, you know what I mean? But, I just, like, she was the reason why I just fell in love with New York chicks, man, because one thing I liked about New York chicks, they not gonna play no games with you. When you go holler at a New York chick, at least back then, I don't know how it is now, but back then when you holler at a New York chick, this 2002, if she feeling you, she gonna let you know. If she ain't feeling you, she gonna let you know. She not gonna play no games with you. See, California chicks, they gonna give you the fake phone number and all that old type of shit. They gonna give you the the rejection hotline. Who remember that shit? Know what I mean? California bitch gonna give you the rejection hotline and all that shit. You know what I mean? So I done got the rejection hotline a few times myself. You know what I mean? Then I start getting on some get back shit, and I start giving the rejection hotline to bitches my damn self. Punk ass bitch. You ain't gonna reject my fly ass. You know what I mean? Even though I wasn't pimping at the time, I'm still this fly motherfucking freeze though, you dig? But anyway, so I meet this chick, right? I met her right before Smooth left. Me and Smooth was walking around on 42nd Street, which for those of y'all not familiar with New York, 42nd Street, that's in Midtown Manhattan. That's where that's like the live area, you know what I mean? It's right by Times Square. You know what I mean? That's where all the action is. 42nd Street is why they say New York never sleeps, because anytime, any day, any time of the day, any day of the week, if you go to 42nd Street, it's active. It's people out moving around. That motherfucker active 24/7. It ain't never dead. So me and Smooth, we walking around 42nd Street, right? And I seen the broad. She was like across the street or something. I was like, damn, Smooth, you see old girl in the red dress? She fine as a motherfucker. But I didn't say nothing to her, right? And she seen me too. So later on that night, it's like an hour or two later, me and Smooth, we go to the train. Oh yeah, that's what I forgot to say. For a second, we was staying in Harlem. It was this dude we had got cool with, and he was letting us rent a room out for like $25 a day, but we fell out with him, and that's when we went to the Chelsea joint. But on this night, when I'm talking about when I met old girl, we staying in Harlem. So so we go down to the train. We waiting for the 2 train, where I took that picture at. And her fine ass came up to me with that New York accent. She like, yo, what's up? She calling me shorty. You know what I mean? I'm taller than her, but she calling me shorty. You know what I mean? The bitch really came up and Mac to me. You know what I mean? She really came and put her Mac hand down at me. You know what I mean? She came up to me with her little New York swag. She like, yo, what's up, shorty? I'm feeling you, yo. What's your number? Just like that. I'm like, okay, shit. So I gave her my number, you know what I mean? And you know, went back to the joint or whatever, and Smooth ended up leaving like, I think 2 days after that. So now I'm in New York by myself, and I end up going back to that joint on Chelsea. So now I'm staying at the joint in Chelsea, and old girl called me up, you know what I mean? She like, let's go to the movies. I say, cool. At the time, this is when the first Barbershop 1 came out, you know what I mean? So we go to the movies on 42nd Street. We go see Barbershop 1. And after we went and seen Barbershop, I went to her crib. She stayed on 149th and Broadway. And I ended up staying. Like when I went to her crib with that night, you know, I ended up smashing and everything. You know what I mean? Back then we used to say hit the skins. So I ended up hitting the skins, you know what I mean? And I ended up staying. But I was still paying for my place in Chelsea every day. So then one day she was like, "Why you still paying for that room you got down there?" I was like, "Well, you know, shit, that's where I'm staying." She's like, "Come on, let's go." That's what I liked about New York chicks, you know what I mean? When they fuck with you, she was just like, "Come on, let's go get your stuff." So she went with me down to the room to get my stuff, and then I moved in with her, and I ended up staying with her for like 2.5 months. You know what I mean? And me and her was real cool. You know, the sexual chemistry was just off the chain, you know what I mean? Damn, I can't remember who that was, but I was live not too long ago, and somebody was asking me, you know, about bringing a chick that you had a square relationship with into the game. And I was saying how me and Sinful, which broke in the test, we always be like, man, you know, if I'd have been in the game back when I had such and such around, you know what I mean, she'd have made the perfect hoe. This chick that I'm talking about, she was supposed to be one of my first ones. You know what I mean? Because she was just so down for me. And she was just a cold freak, you know what I mean? I'm talking about trying to go down on me everywhere. We on the train, she trying to dome me up. We in the cab, she trying to dome me up. I walk in coming from the store, she trying to dome me up. In the store, she trying to, I'm talking about everywhere we at, you know what I mean? And the dome was off the chain, let me tell you. You know what I mean? She was, can I say she was top 5? I don't know. Back then, she was number 1, you know what I mean? But right now, I'd say she like top 10. Chill Will 85, I appreciate you. I say she's about top 10, you know what I mean, in the dome department. I have to put her, you know, top 10 dead or alive, you know what I mean? So, me and her cool. I'm still doing my hustle with the Sprint shit, you know what I mean? So, I spent my birthday out there. Matter of fact, I was out there when Jam Master Jay got killed. And that was on my birthday weekend because he got killed, I think, like the day before Halloween, day or two before Halloween. But my birthday is 3 days before Halloween. So Jam Jay got killed like right after my birthday. So that weekend when I went to the club, you know, every club, we was club hopping. Every club we went to, big ass Jam Jay tributes going on, you know what I mean? So then a little bit after that, I ended up going back to Cali, continue doing my thing with the Sprint hustle. And like I said, we not even knowing. This is why it pays to operate with protocol. And this is why motherfuckers get caught up when they go outside the protocol. See, because we was evading the people just off of the way we naturally operate. And when we went away from that, that's when we ended up getting caught up. So now I'm back in Cali. Smooth had been back in Cali, so we still getting our hustle on. Ray Gunn, as always, I appreciate you, bro. So we in Cali, we getting our hustle on with the Sprint shit. We still dealing with the Indian dude. He's still cashing us out for everything that we got. So we had this UPS dude, right? This UPS dude named K. K knew what was going on. He knew what we had going on because he used to deliver phones to us all the time. So one time K came up to me. He was delivering some phones to me because we used to have a spot on 11th and Raymond on the east side of Long Beach where we had a few spots all over the city, but we had a spot on 11th and Raymond where we used to get phones sent to. And the homie Ken, the UPS driver, he came up to me one day. He said, "Look, Freeze, y'all probably want to chill out on what you're doing, or you might want to move what you got going on somewhere else because the management, we had a meeting yesterday and they let us know that if we see such and such and such and such activity, to notify them and woo, woo, woo. So basically they got an eye on you, man. So he's like, I already let your boys know, man. I'm letting you know now. Y'all probably want to move around. So when the homie put me up on that, I moved to Orange County. You know what I mean? Because, of course, for those of y'all who don't know, Long Beach is in LA County. So when the homie told me that, I moved everything to Orange County. I get P.O. boxes and mailboxes and all the shit set up in Orange County under fake names and all the shit. So I'm getting phones delivered to Orange County. But the homie Stacy and Smooth, they still getting everything delivered to Long Beach, Lakewood, Cerritos, Compton, LA, you know, all around there. So one day, it's early in the day, Smooth and Stacy, they call me. They like, yeah, man, we finna go to Cerritos to pick these horns up. You gonna roll with us? I say, yeah. We had like 30 phones coming to Cerritos. So they were supposed to come pick me up, but they never did. They just went off on their own and went to Cerritos without me. And it was a blessing that they did, because them boys was waiting for them at Cerritos. So, you know, when I didn't hear from them, I just swerved off and did my own thing about the day. So I get a phone call from Stacy. It's funny, man, because Stacy is square as a motherfucker, but he a smooth ass square, and he always had like a pimpish type of lingo about himself, you know what I mean? But it was funny. Stacy called me, and he got a distinct type of voice. He like, yeah, he called me from jail with his baby mama on three-way. So they called me, and he like, yeah, Freeze, I'm at my apartment. I had an apartment on Broadway and Cherry, in between Cherry and Wanapero. On Broadway, I had an apartment right there, right across the street from Bixby Park. You can see the beach from my apartment. So I'm chilling at the apartment. Stacy called me from jail with baby mama on three-way. He like, yeah, man, the shindiggle is up, Freeze, man. You know, they got us, man. Like, you don't want to be in the crib right now type shit. I said, all right, I got you, bro. I hang up. I bounce immediately out the apartment. And see, that's why Pops, man, that's my nigga. Like, Pops, he more than just my father. Like, Pops my homeboy, for real, though. Know what I mean? He like the big homie. So, and Pops had a key to my apartment. So, you know, my crazy ass, I had all kind of account information. I was keeping logs. I had all kind of incriminating, stupid ass shit in the apartment with this phone information, right? So I tell Pops where everything is. I say, Pops, man, I need you to go to my crib and clean everything out, man. Like, I tell him what happened. Pops immediately, if I ain't mistaken, he was at work. I think Pops took off work, know what I mean, to go clean my crib out. He hurried up and got over there, you know what I mean? So Pops go clean the crib out, you know what I mean? So now that's cool. So I can't even remember where I was staying, man. I probably went and stayed with one of the homies or something, but I'm moving around, and but I'm still doing my thing in Orange County. So Smooth and Stacy, they only was in jail for like 3 days. They didn't go to court. And for those of y'all who don't know, at least in California, most other places too, but in Cali, if you don't get arraigned within 72 hours, they give you what's called a DA reject. They throw the case out, because by law, they gotta arraign you within 72 hours of you being arrested. And if they don't, they give you a DA reject and they let you go. So that's what happened with Stacy and Smooth, right? DA reject, they get out. So when they get out, Stacy is done. Stacy don't want to fuck with it no more. He like, man, I'm cool. I ain't fucking with it no more. So now, at first Smooth was done too. Smooth was like, I'm cool, man, I ain't fucking with it. But Smooth had sold his car, right? Because he stopped making money, you know what I mean? Bills start getting tight, he couldn't pay his rent, so he sold his car, so now Smooth ain't got no car, right? So he riding around with me everywhere. But I'm still doing my thing, just in Orange County. So Smooth ride with me to go pick up phones. He ride with me to the Indian dude to go sell phones. Smooth see me getting all this money in his face. So finally Smooth was like, man, Freeze, I need you to put me back in the game, man. This the nigga that put me on. So I'm like, nigga, hell yeah, come on. So I get Smooth set up with some fake IDs. I pay for him to get 3 mailboxes in Orange County. So I put Smooth back in the game, right? And like I said, we operate with a certain protocol, so it was hard for them people to get up on us, especially me. So this is where we went wrong, right? Back at that time, I had a 74 Impala, which we call a glass house. I had a 74 glass house, and that motherfucker was clean as hell. I think I got a picture of it on IG somewhere, but I used to go over to my pop's house and wash my car. So it's Friday. I'm over at Pop's crib. Smooth is with me. I'm washing my car, and see, Smooth had fucked up because his little punk ass brother, with his little bitch ass, it's his older brother, but his brother's such a buster. Smooth brother needed some money. He was down on his luck. And Smooth was like, look, man, and mind you, his brother live in Long Beach. So Smooth like, okay, look, man, I'll send some phones to your house, man, and you could receive the phones, and I'll put some money in your pocket like that. He like, cool. So Smooth get one delivery to his brother's house, everything cool. He get a second delivery sent to his brother's house, everything cool. This is the third delivery, and it's Friday. Beautiful day outside, man. March 5th, 2003. March 5th, 2004. I'll never forget it, man. It's springtime. It's a beautiful day. It's Friday. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm about to clean my glass house up. You know what I mean? I'm over there shining up my rims, putting the Black Magic on my tires. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, I'm finna go to Hollywood tonight. I'm finna get at some bitches, man. It's gonna be a good night. So Smooth get a phone call from his brother. His brother tell him like, yeah, man, I got these phones over here, but if you want them today, you got to come and get them right now because I'm finna leave in like 20 minutes with my friends and I'm gonna be gone all night. So Smooth, he like, hold on. He like, Freeze, can we go over there to my brother's house, get these phones? I said, yeah. So he tell his brother, all right, bro, we're gonna be over there in like 10 minutes. So we getting ready to go over there, right? And before we get over there, his brother called again. With the UPS motherfucker on three-way. And his brother had went down the street to the bank. I guess he lived walking distance from the bank. His brother down the street at the bank, supposedly, the UPS man calls his brother and says, yeah, we here at your door. That's something UPS will never, ever do. For those of y'all motherfuckers committing crimes and you getting shit shipped through UPS, if a UPS man call and say, yeah, I'm at your doorstep, you know it's all bad. UPS ain't gonna never call a motherfucker and say, yeah, we here at the door with your package. But supposedly, his brother like, yeah, I got the UPS man on the phone. He at the door with the package. So he playing like he walking to the house and he meets the UPS man at the door, supposedly. So he like, I said it backwards, you know what I mean? This is before he called and said, you got to come and get these phones. So that happens. Then he says, you got to come and get the phones. So we say we're going to be there in 10 minutes. We pull up to his brother's crib, right? His brother stay on 2nd Street. No, I'm doing something right now. It's all good. His brother stay on 2nd Street downtown. So we pull up, and when we pull up, I got the car and drive because he's supposed to just run in there, grab the package, and run back out, right? So I got the car and drive. Smooth. Yeah, Belmont it's like borderline Belmont Shore. It's not exactly, it's because, you know, I think Belmont Shore starts at Cherry. His brother stay on 2nd Street, just like west of Cherry, a couple blocks. I can't remember the exact street. But anyway, and his brother is a homosexual, by the way. He a punk 2 different ways, you know what I mean? He a punk and he a punk ass nigga. But anyway, I pull up, I got the car and drive. Smooth hops out. Now, when you walk into his brother's complex, it's a gate that you walk through, and as soon as you walk through the gate, you go to the left. And it's a wall where you can't see. So Smooth goes inside that gate, and he walks past the wall, and this is what I see. I'm looking at Smooth from the car, and he do like this. I see Smooth backing up like this. When I seen that shit, my heart like, boo, 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 boo. My shit start jumping through my chest. So when I see Smooth backing up like that, I just let off the brakes and I try to ease on down the street. So I get probably about like 3 blocks, and then I see a little bitty white car like a fucking I don't know if it was a Nissan or a Mitsubishi, some little bitty white car, and it had a red light on the roof. That motherfucker flying down the street towards me. So I didn't even try to run, man. They stopped me on, no matter of fact, his brother stayed on 1st Street, my bad. I said 2nd Street, but he stayed on 1st Street. Because I remember I got arrested on 1st and Terminal. So I get to 1st and Terminal, they book me. They get me out the car, and they like, you know, police will try to do that type of shit. They'll try to distract you by stroking your ego. You know what I mean? They like, man, this car is sick, man. Are those 20s? Man, where'd you get these rims at, man? Where'd you get your car painted, man? What kind? Oh man, you got 2 12s in here? Man, I see your amp, man. That amp is vicious. Like, police going through my car, they saying all this shit to try to like throw me off, try to soften me up so I could be cool with them. I'm playing a role like, yeah, but the whole time I know you motherfuckers ain't shit. So I'm sitting on the curb, handcuffed like this, right? They searching my car. So a white dude comes sit on the curb next to me. He like, what's up, Freeze? I say, whoa. Motherfucker officer called me Freeze. Motherfucker I ain't never seen ever in my life. Some white dude. He come sit on the curb with me and say, what's up, Freeze? I say, oh, man. I was like, who is that? Right, you said it at the same time as me. Between the lines, who is that? You know what I mean? So he gave me the same bullshit line like, look, we could do this the easy way or the hard way. Woo, woo. I ain't cooperating with him at all. So basically, as y'all probably already put together, Smooth brother set us up. What it was, when the package was supposed to get delivered to his house, police came, put the squeeze on him, and made him fold on his own motherfucking blood brother, his only brother. Police put the squeeze on that bitch ass nigga and made him turn on his only brother, man. So Smooth brother basically fed us to the wolves, man. So we end up getting sentenced to 3 years, and we end up doing 20 months, which is just short of 2 years. So we get out, right? And this just go to show you, man, like, I ain't trying to toot my own horn, man, but I just always been solid with my niggas. Always. If I fuck with you, I just keep it solid, man. So, a lot of people don't like Smooth. They don't like Smooth now, and a lot of people didn't like Smooth then. Even motherfuckers that was supposed to be our homeboys, right? So I'll never forget. We get out, and me and the homie, we sitting at it's a restaurant called Tom's. on the west side. Tom's got like burgers, sandwiches, hey, but they chicken teriyaki is off the chain. Tom's got the bombest chicken teriyaki on the west side, right? So we sitting at Tom's on the west side eating some teriyaki, and the homie like, yeah, man, you know, it was Smooth's fault that y'all went down. Racked up D, you already know. So the homie like, yeah, man, if it wasn't for Smooth, man, y'all niggas wouldn't have got caught up and y'all wouldn't have did that time. Man, he always fucking up. Woo, woo, woo. I say, hold on, man. It's my fault that I went down. Smooth didn't put no gun in my head. You know what I mean? And this is how real I was. I said, the same mistake that Smooth made, I've made the same mistake. We just didn't get caught up when I made it. So how can I look at Smooth crazy when I'm just as much at fault as he is? You know what I mean? Just because when it came around, we ended up getting caught on his turn, we could have just as well got caught on my turn. You know what I mean? So, you know, Smooth to this day, me and Smooth like this, that's my bro. He in the feds right now, he finna get out, you know what I mean, on some other shit. But I was never one of these simping lie, Danky lowercase p, Johnny Law type of motherfuckers, man. When, you know, the pressure get on, I turn my back on my homies, or if a motherfucker come to me trying to stroke my ego like, yeah, man, Freeze, you know, that nigga Sinful ain't no pimp, man. You know, that nigga, he did this and he did. I just ain't never been that type of motherfucker to, like, talk bad about my partner with somebody else and all that old type of shit. So when the homie, and the homie who was doing this, me and him was tight too. Not as tight as me and Smooth, but me and him tight than a motherfucker. But when he tried to do that with Smooth, I say, hold on, man. You know, first of all, that's my bro. You know what I mean? You know, that's my bro. So, and I broke it down to him, you know what I mean? He ain't no more at fault than me. So, I ended up being on parole for like 18 months. Because, you know, California, typically, when you get out of prison, I don't care if you do 100 years, you're going to be on parole in California. Ain't no such thing as maxing out in Cali. You know what I mean? At least at this time, they done changed shit up now, so I don't know how it go now. But back when I went to the penitentiary in California, I got out November 1st, 2005. It's about to be 13 years since I got out. Ain't touched a yard since, thank the Most High. But back then, like I said, if you did 100 years, when you get out, you're going to be on parole. So, but they sentenced me to 3 years. I got off in 18 months. And, you know what I mean? The game had been tugging at me at that time, you know what I mean? The game tugging at me. And, long story short, that's how I ended up getting pimping, you know what I mean? I was rejecting it. See, me, I wasn't one of the motherfuckers like, yeah, man, you know, I started pimping back, you know, back in 1985, you know what I mean? It all started, you know what I mean, on the playground, you know? And I was over there, you know what I mean? You know, we was in preschool, right? You know, and this girl, you know what I mean? She was the best student in the class, you know what I mean? Teacher liked the way she was sitting Indian style, you know what I mean? So the teacher gave her a treat, you know what I mean? Teacher gave her a motherfucking Starburst and everything like that, and it was my favorite flavor, you know what I mean? It was strawberry, right? You know what I mean? So I go up to her, I say, hey, baby, why don't you break yourself for that Starburst to a pimp, though, you know what I mean? And she ended up breaking herself for that Starburst to a pimp, though, you know what I mean? And it's just been history ever since, man. So I just been pimping, you know what I mean, since I was 4 years old, you know what I mean? Class of 1985, though, you know what I mean? Broke the bitch for the Starburst, you know what I mean? On the playground, you know? Yeah, man, that's how this shit go, though, man. Yeah, man. Started off real young with this shit, though, man. Got 32 years in this game, though, you know what I mean? Nah. That ain't Freeze's history, you know what I mean? Freeze ain't gonna lie to you, put smoke and mirrors on it or anything like that. That's not my introduction to the game. Unlike a lot of these motherfuckers be trying to make it seem, though, you know what I mean? when I was growing up, I didn't grow up around no pimping. You know what I mean? It was a short period of time. I say for about a year. When I was like 10 years old. Yeah, when I was about 10 years old, I stayed a block away from the track. I stayed a block away from Sepulveda, right? My little cousin MTM, who's watching right now, y'all probably seen him in the comments. He was a baby at the time. He don't even remember this, but we stayed in the same apartment complex. His mom and dad and my mom, we all stayed in the same apartments. A block away from Sepulveda, which for those of y'all who don't know, Sepulveda is a world famous, you know, blade over there in LA, you know what I mean, in the San Fernando Valley. But anyway, we at that time, this is 91. So for about a year in my childhood, you was a cool baby, you know, I'm your cousin, you know what I mean? So you was all right, little baby. I almost dropped you on your head one time, though. You didn't know that, though, you know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? If it wasn't for a pimp, you know what I mean, you might have brain damage, you know what I mean? But I played football at the time, you know, I had cool hands, though, you know what I mean? I was a little young Jerry Rice of the neighborhood, though, you know what I mean? So I didn't drop your motherfucking ass. That's why your head is still cool, though, you know what I mean? But anyway, so like I said, for about a year within my childhood, I stayed a block away from Sepulveda. And not in that apartment complex. We ended up moving down the street, but it was still close to Sepulveda. And it was these two little boys. They was mixed. You know what I mean? They was half black, but their mother was white. Their mother's name was Ginger. You know what I mean? They was younger than me, the little boys. I was probably like 11 at the time. And the little boys, their mama was a hoe. And she used to get up like clockwork. See, hoes was different back then, you know what I mean? Ginger used to get up like clockwork, you know what I mean? She had a babysitter for the two little boys. The oldest boy's name was Brandon. I forget the little boy's name. But their mama used to go to Sepulveda like clockwork. She used to walk from the apartments straight over there to Sepulveda and be down. All day, all night, be down. You know what I mean? So I seen stuff like that growing up, but little instances like that throughout my childhood, that was my extent of being exposed to the game. You know, I didn't really have that background. You know, I didn't have, you know, P's in my family is like my uncles was this and my mama was that or my aunt. That ain't my background. You know, I didn't really see a lot of that growing up. A little bit I did. Hey, that's one thing I remember too in my childhood. When we stayed in them apartments a block away from Sepulveda, I got to talk to some old school P's who probably remember that shit, man. Hey, I swear to you. See, it used to be Alpha Beta right there on Sepulveda and not Nordhoff. Is it Nordhoff? Yeah, it is Nordhoff. On Sepulveda and Nordhoff, right? It used to be an Alpha Beta over there. And my Uncle Durrell, I'm at the Alpha Beta with my Uncle Durrell. So I swear to you, I seen a midget pimp and he had a midget hoe. You know what I mean? They was shorter than me. I was 10 years old at the time and they shorter than me. But I swear to you, it was a motherfucking midget pimp and a midget hoe down on Sepulveda back in the day. His little ass was mashing on her little ass, you know what I mean? And they was doing their thing. Yeah, it's a mobile gas station right there. I forget what it is right there now. It used to be a swap meet right there. I don't think it's a swap meet no more. It's something else now. But yeah, back when I was a kid, and this is 1991, it was an Alpha Beta. You know what I mean? So and then too, you know, when I was in high school, by that time I was living in Long Beach, and I stayed not too far from PCH. Now PCH, that's Pacific Coast Highway. That's the blade in Long Beach. PCH nearly as active as Sepulveda, but you're going to see some hoes down at PCH. So it'd be some times where I'd be going to a partner's house that might live off of PCH or something, and I'll see some hoes down on PCH. But like I said, I didn't really see a whole lot of pimping and hoeing in my face growing up early in my life. I seen gang banging, dope dealing, shootouts, hustling, scamming, all that type of shit, you know what I mean? Minnesota has a midget hoe named Lil Sue. I dig it. But yeah, y'all, that's a little bit of my history, you know what I mean? I'll do some other videos later on talking about my childhood and then talk about my introduction to the game. I'll save that for a later date. But you know, that's my life before the game, you know, in adulthood. So Aaron Potter said midget pimp has short conversation. Hey, look, man, you know, don't get this shit twisted, man. You know, he was short in stature and everything, you know what I mean? But he was still this pimping, though, you know what I mean? So really in the game, he was a giant about this shit, though, you know what I mean? So don't minimize him, you know what I mean, because of his size, you know. As Simple like to say, don't let the appearance be the interference now, you know what I mean? He still was, you know, he still was Sasquatch pimping around this motherfucker with his little big old pimping ass, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? He's still, you know, he's still this game, though, you know what I mean? He still was mashing on a hoe in the 90s when it was really going on, though, you know what I mean? So don't get this shit twisted, though. You know what I mean? Wasn't nothing small about his game, though. Yeah, he might have been small physically, but as far as his game go, he might have been real long on that, though. You know what I mean? He might have been real big on this game, though. Yeah. You know, I got to keep that love in my body, man, that love juice. Hey, this dude probably was shorter than Bushwick Bill, man. And he had a little bitty hoe, too. But, I mean, she was little bitty in size. But, she was doing some big old hoeing around there, though, from what it looked like. What up with that 909 Dino pimping? I don't really know no 909Ps like that, man. I mean, San Bernardino anyway. You know, San Bernardino used to be 909, but now it's what, 951? Been 951 for a little while now. But I guess some of them probably still represent 909 because that was their original area code, you dig? I know 909 is Pomona. Oh, San Bernardino still 909? Maybe it's Riverside then. It used to be 909, but now it's 951. Yeah, San Bernardino got a lot of gang banging. You know, I don't know anybody in the game from there, so I can't say nothing good or bad about the game over there. B.A. Baracus once said was mad when we went from 213 to 310. Yeah, I think that was like the early 90s. I want to say, what 310 came around like 90? I think 1990 is when 310 came. 90 or 91, something like that. No, matter of fact, I want to say 310 came in 90. You know what's crazy? Some of y'all probably heard me say this before, but my pops My dad still got the same cell phone number. This man been having the same cell phone number since 1990. And he got a 310 number. So it had to be in like 1990 when 310 came out. Pop's been having the same phone number, cell phone number. Now, certain people that might have had that same house number for that long, Pop's been having the same cell phone number since 1990. He been having the same cell phone number since before a lot of y'all was born. He had what was it, AirTouch? Yeah, he had AirTouch back in the day. And then, see, some of y'all probably don't know, but AirTouch got with GTE. See, GTE used to have a landline service. So AirTouch and GTE came together and made Verizon. That's how Verizon came about. So Pops, when Verizon first started, you know, by him being with AirTouch, he automatically came to Verizon. So he been with Verizon since the beginning, from day one. You know what I mean? Can't say, damn, I was born in 1999. Yeah. His phone jumper still doing numbers. For real, though. Angel say, why everybody mad at Sin? See, first of all, I like the fact that you didn't acknowledge the sucker shit, you know what I mean? Because over here, suckers don't exist. We let them do whatever the fuck they want to do, but we not blessing them with no acknowledgement, no encouragement, no none of that. But Angel say, why everybody hates Sin? See, Angel, you might be talented in some type of way. See, that's what motherfuckers don't understand. All of us can potentially have some type of greatness about us in some sort of way, even if your greatness is being able to listen to people and earn people's trust. People just feel comfortable expressing themselves to you when they ain't got nobody to talk to. That might be your gift. You know what I mean? That might be where your greatness come into play, because the world is so selfish. Most people don't want to hear what you got to say. They want you to hear what they got to say. So that might be your greatness. You ain't got to be 7 feet tall and be able to slam dunk on everybody. You ain't got to be the best rapper or the best singer or the best dancer. You ain't got to be the most beautiful motherfucker. You ain't got to be a runway model or nothing like that. Your greatness might just be being able to listen to people. You know what I mean? That's just one example. But whatever your greatness is, it's a beautiful thing when you understand that about yourself and you're in tune with it. And you use it to the best of your ability. See, some people they don't understand nothing great about themselves. You know what I mean? Some motherfuckers is ugly. And they so caught up with the fact that they an ugly ass motherfucker, they face look like a they face look like a pile of shit, you know what I mean? They got a face that even a mother can't love. You know what I mean? A lot of these motherfuckers, man, they got the kind of face that when they was a baby, they moms had them and, hey, Sheila, how you doing, Sheila? Oh, you done had your baby? Let me see the picture. And Sheila like, yeah, here go my baby boy. And Sheila showed the picture to her girlfriend, and her girlfriend look at the picture like, yeah. Yeah, that's a blessing, girl. That's a blessing, girl. Yeah. Yeah, that's a blessing, girl. Thank God. Praise the Lord. That's a blessing, girl. You know what I mean? That's the kind of niggas these, you know, some of these niggas is, you know what I mean? And just because you got an ugly ass face don't mean that you can't be great. You know what I mean? Just because you might be losing all this shit up here don't mean you can't be great. Just because you getting your teeth kicked out don't mean that you can't be great. You know what I mean? Just because you like ugly than a motherfucker and you feel like you gotta wear a mask that look better than your ugly ass face, even though this mask is ugly as a motherfucker too, but it's like, damn, pick your poison. I can rock my ugly ass natural face or this ugly ass mask. I do the ugly ass mask. You know what I mean? Just because that's your reality don't mean that you don't have no greatness about you. You know what I mean? But the bottom line is, the reason why so many people hate Sinful is because they want what Sinful got. It ain't got nothing to do with money or anything like that. It ain't got nothing to do with materialistic things, because those of y'all who know, you know Sinful ain't struggling, but at the same time, Sinful not a really like flashy dude. Yeah, you know, he likes to dress nice, get suited and booted and shit like that, and he got some nice things too, but the things that interest Sinful are not the same things that interest the average individual in the game. You know what I mean? So it's not because they not hating Sinful because he driving a Rolls Royce or living in a 20 bedroom, 15 bathroom mansion or no shit like that. They just hate Sinful because Sinful, he just has a natural magnetism about himself. He's just naturally captivating. And when you around Sinful, you know what it is. You know that this is a special individual from the moment that you meet him. Even if he don't really say much. When you get around Sinful, you just know this motherfucker's special. He unique. He different. And because of that, people gravitate to him. And then when he get to talking, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers don't want him to stop talking because they be so intrigued by his conversation and his eloquence and the way that he pop it and chop it. This is why they hate Sinful so much, because they wish they had that. You know, certain motherfuckers wish they was handsome. Certain motherfuckers wish they was eloquent. Right, like Kevin R. say. Certain motherfuckers wish they had a spectacular vernacular. Certain motherfuckers wish that it was their words that everybody was copying and trying to talk like. You know, everybody in the game try to talk like Sinful. People hate that. Everybody wish that it was them that they was trying to talk like. You know what I mean? But when you simping live, ain't nobody trying to talk like you. When you danky lowercase p, ain't nobody trying to talk like you. You know what I mean? When you Johnny Law, ain't nobody trying to talk like you. Y'all just don't have that. You know what I mean? Y'all might have greatness in different areas, but when it comes to that, people ain't trying to talk like y'all, man. And it's okay. But you ain't got to hate the next man for that. You know what I mean? But basically it's insecurity, which is less than a man to me. Like I don't know how you could be a man, like a real grown man, and be insecure at the same time, especially this pimping. You know what I mean? I don't know how you could be the pimping and be insecure at the same time. But nonetheless, a lot of these dudes is insecure. A lot of these dudes are jealous because they're insecure and they feel inadequate with a motherfucker like Sinful around. And see, that's one of the main, like I say all the time, in your mind, what you doing might not be that great. But when the next motherfucker want to do it and they trying real hard to do it, but they just can't do what you do with ease, they hate that. Like Sinful. He got 30,000 subscribers right now, over 30,000. And he didn't try real hard to do that. Sinful ain't one of them individuals that's like, and no knock to anybody that's like that, but Sinful ain't one of them motherfuckers that's like dedicated to YouTube and yeah, I'm gonna build my channel, I'm gonna have the biggest channel on YouTube. Like Sinful's mindset ain't like that. He just, you know, whenever he feel like it, he get on YouTube and he pop it. And just from, and that's another thing that pisses motherfuckers off too, because, you know, they might spend a bunch of money on cameras and, you know, they might go rent some expensive ass cars or, you know, borrow their homeboy's chain or, you know, borrow their other homeboy's mink coat and borrow their other homeboy's fine ass bitches to do this music video and all this old shit like that. And they still not as popular as Sinful. They still don't have a fraction of the subscribers that Sinful has. So just think about it from somebody's standpoint like that. You know what I mean? They going hard. They writing, they dedicating themselves. You know what I mean? And they in the studio all the time, you know, trying to come up with a hit. Then when they finally think they got a hit, they pour their money into it to promote it and make a extravagant music video for this shit and all of that. You know what I mean? And it ain't going nowhere. And while you putting all this money and time and effort into this shit that ain't going nowhere, here it is. You got this nigga. He ain't doing nothing fancy. He ain't got no chain on. He ain't got no expensive ass watch on. He just sitting in an empty ass room talking shit. And this nigga sitting in this empty ass room talking shit got 30,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? He ain't spending no money on no cars or no jewelry, and he don't got fine ass bitches in the background while he doing his lives or while he doing his videos. You know what I mean? He just sitting in an empty ass room. So it ain't nothing about his background or, you know, the extra shit that's captivating people. It's Sinful. See, that's what it is. These dudes, they don't have nothing special about themselves. So they got to do all this extra shit, you know what I mean, in order to get somebody's attention. What's going on?
What's up, brother?
How you doing?
How you doing, man?
I've been sneezing, man. Excuse me. How you doing?
My name's Robert.
Okay. You all right?
Yeah. Just wondering what you're talking about.
Oh, you know what I mean? I'm just sitting here talking with my family right now, man, you know? You all right, though?
Yeah.
Excuse me, I had to put some love in my body, man. You look like you've been walking for a minute, man. I dig it. Well, like I said, these other people, man, they got to do all this extra stuff. And, you know, they understand that it's not anything special about them. Like some of these dudes that rap, that be hating on Sinful, they know that their music ain't gonna cut it. You know what I mean? Because they might have been doing music for 7, 8, however many years, and people ain't fucking with just their music. So what they do, they put all kind of money into these videos, and you know what I mean? They try to get people that got a name to associate themselves with them. You know what I mean? Somebody else that's popular, they associate themselves with them, and they try to put all this extra shit over they music, because the music itself ain't good enough. You know what I mean? So, but like I said, meanwhile, Sinful don't have to do any of that. Sinful is just raw, uncut Sinful in an empty ass room talking shit. You know what I mean? Sinful don't have to invite, you know, the hottest rapper or anything like that. You know what I mean?
What religion you are?
What's that?
What religion you are?
Oh, I'm not a religious person.
What are you talking about?
I'm just, you know, I don't mean no disrespect, man, but I'm just minding my business, man. I'm just having an important conversation with my people right now. You know what I mean?
Oh, because my girlfriend, not my girlfriend, my cousin's husband, he speaks the same thing too. With has the thing about has different names for Indians, has different names for you know.
Oh, okay. I got you. That's cool. That's what's up. That's all right.
I just can't remember where I go, man. So when I heard you, I came over here. So I was like, all right, cool. I gotta hear from you.
That's all right, man. I appreciate you wanting to hear me. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with that. You got a cell phone?
Yeah.
You got the internet on your cell phone?
It's low data.
Huh?
Low data's like dead.
Well, is your battery alive?
My battery's alive.
Here, put this information in your cell phone.
Is it website or is it notes?
It's YouTube.
YouTube?
YouTube.com.
YouTube. Hold on. Okay, go.
Okay, when you go to YouTube, put in Freeze, Freeze, I, Z is in zebra, I, T is in triumphant.
T.
And when you put that in YouTube, I'm gonna pop up. See, I'm live on YouTube right now.
Okay.
So when you, matter of fact, this is what you could do. Starbucks is right there. So if you walk to Starbucks right there, you can connect to the Wi-Fi, and then you can put my name in on YouTube, and you can watch me right there at Starbucks.
This is your main lingo, right?
Yeah, that's how you find me right there. It's all right. What's your name, man? Adam? Robert? I'm Freeze, man. It's a pleasure to meet you, Robert.
Okay. You know this road, right?
Yeah, where you trying to go?
The bus stop is going this way. The stop, right?
I'm not sure, man. But once again, you go to Starbucks right there, I'm pretty sure you could look up on the internet what time the bus comes.
Yeah, I'm trying to go to Phoenix.
So you want to go that way, but like I said, Starbucks got the Wi-Fi, so you get the internet and see what time the bus comes.
I already did my slow thing right now. I said, kind of basically saying that there's no ride this way. So I'm going to have to take this way for all the train.
Well, I don't know nothing about the bus system, so I don't know.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, no problem. You have a blessed night. Be safe, man. Read y'all comments, man. Excuse me. But yeah, man, you know, dude didn't mean no harm. You know what I mean? He just seen me and heard me talking from across the street. Came up, wanted to see what was going on. Now, I could have been rude and said, man, leave me the fuck alone, man. I'm doing something. But, you know, what good is that going to do me? He might be going through something right now. You never know. So, best thing I could do is introduce him to the channel, and he might get some, he might be uplifted by it in some type of way. So, you know what I mean? That's how you do this shit, man. Right, treat him like a man, because even though he came up to me while I was doing something, see, as Sinful like to say, I mentally responded to the situation instead of emotionally reacting. And yeah, he interrupted me while I was doing something, but at the same time, I got discernment, and I know he didn't mean anything by it. He wasn't trying to be disrespectful. You know what I mean? And I told him, you know, excuse me, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm doing something. And he was like, oh, man, well, you know, I heard you talking, man. I just wanted to come across the street, see what you was talking about. Okay. You know what I mean? Well, this is what you do, man. Put me in on YouTube. Look me up. You know what I mean? It's there's an old saying, great people show their greatness. The original saying is, great people show their greatness by how they treat little people. I don't like to refer to people as little people, so I like to say, great people show their greatness in how they treat people who can't do nothing for them. See, dude, he can't do nothing for me. But see, most people, when they dealing with somebody who can't do anything for them, they rude to them. Like a lot of these bitches. See, that's what, like, I like to use Cardi B all the time because she's the greatest example. That's why people love Cardi B so much. because of how she treats people that can't do nothing for her. You know what I mean? A lot of celebrities or motherfuckers who ain't even half as important as Cardi B. Motherfuckers who ain't half as famous or powerful as she is. They might be a fraction. A bitch might only have 100,000 subscribers, or 100,000 followers on IG, and she might see one of her followers. She might be at the mall or at the club or something, and one of her followers come up to her like, "Oh my God, I follow you on IG. You're so beautiful. Can I take a picture with you?" You know that follower can't do nothing for her, but a lot of these bitches gonna be like, they gonna just turn their nose up at them. You know what I mean? Cardi B, on the other hand, she gonna have personality. Not only she gonna do it, you know what I mean? She gonna have personality with it. All right, come on, let's flick it up. And all the little noises and, you know, the little personality shit that she got going on, you know what I mean? That's how Cardi B gonna handle that type of situation, man. And that's what motherfuckers don't understand. That's why people love Cardi B so much, because she's a great woman that shows her greatness and how she deals with people that can't do nothing for her. That's how great people show their greatness, and how they deal with people that can't do nothing for them. Like I said, once again, dude, he can't really do nothing for me. And most people in that situation would have been rude to the man. You know, and just by looking at his appearance, he kind of looked like he might be down on his luck, you know what I mean? But what good is it gonna do me to be rude to him? And then, like, somebody in the comment section said, I don't know who it was that said that, but I seen the comment, you never know. You never know where that man might end up in life. You know what I mean? That's just like I said, I told y'all that story before when I was live talking about when Sinful got out the pen and that man came up to him and blessed his hand. You know what I mean? A square that worked on the strip. While other people talking about fuck these squares. That's the problem with a lot of motherfuckers in the game that call themselves the pimping. You know, they be rude and disrespectful towards squares. And it's like, why? Why would you do that? Why would you say fuck these squares? You know what I mean? Whereas you got somebody like Sinful on the other hand, even before he had a YouTube channel or any of this type of shit, he was just a motherfucker that, like, we used to be on the strip all the time, and both of us, man, we always been cool with motherfuckers that worked on the strip, you know, squares, you know what I mean, the shoe shine, man, all kind of people, you know, the drink servers, you know, motherfuckers that sell the cigarettes or work at a store or a restaurant. We just always was cool with everybody on the strip, you know what I mean? Sinful always been like that. So that you never know, that square that blessed Sinful's hand when he got out, it might have been some other motherfuckers that call themselves pimping that was rude to him. But, you know, Sinful on the other hand treated him like a man because, you know, even though when Sinful was on before he went to the pen, there was nothing that this man could have did for Sinful, but Sinful still treated him with respect. You know what I mean? So now when Sinful get out and he see Sin ain't on his feet yet because he fresh out the thing, now he can do something for Sinful. So that's what he did. You know what I mean? God forbid. And I'm pretty sure ain't nothing like that ever gonna happen. But let's just say Cardi B lose everything, right? Let's say Cardi B lose all her money, her rap career go down the drain, and Cardi B is fucked up. She ain't got no money. She back living with her mama. All the shit. Cardi B is gonna be blessed because of how she treated people when she was up there. Because like they say, the same people you see going up, the same people you see coming down. And if she was to ever come down and be fucked up, she's still gonna get blessed. She gonna end up being back on, not because of how talented she is, or how good her music is, or anything like that. She gonna be back on because of how she treated people who couldn't do nothing for her when she was on. That's why she always gonna be blessed. She always gonna be straight because of how she treats people that can't do nothing for her. You know, and most people don't get that, but the few people that do get that and understand that, they're gonna be blessed always. That's just like Sinful, know what I mean? God forbid. But if Sinful was to, you know, end up being fucked up, he gonna get blessed again. And he gonna be blessed more abundantly the next time because of how he treats people that can't do nothing for him. You know what I mean? Like a Simp and Lied. Simp and Lied ain't never been able to do nothing for Sinful. But Sinful was still a blessing to him in countless ways. I ain't even finna get into all the ways that Sinful was a blessing to that dude. But that was a man who couldn't do nothing for him. You know what I mean? And he was being a blessing to him. Now that he, done did what he did, Sinful ain't go lie on the man like he doing on Sinful. Sinful didn't go slander the man like he doing on him. You know what I mean? And you see what happens when a motherfucker down and out because of how you treat people, especially those who can't do nothing for you. You see how a motherfucker get cursed, man. Right. Like Sinful say, you reap what you sow. Exactly. You sow good seeds, you're going to bear good fruit. You're going to reap good fruit. But when you sow them bad seeds, man, sowing them bad seeds ain't no good. Yeah, like Ling Ling say, people curse their damn self and don't even be understanding how. Motherfuckers start going through bullshit. And see, a lot of these women got it bad. And see, a lot of females, especially females in the game, they be like that because it's like a defense mechanism. Because a lot of females, they used to being hurt, and last thing they want to do is be hurt in some type of way. Last thing they want to be is made a fool of or seen as small in any kind of way. So that's why they shit on people before people get a chance to shit on them. But like I said, it's a defense mechanism, and it all boils down to them not being, emotionally fit. But if they get their emotional fitness in order and understand that, nobody can hurt me, nobody can make me feel small, nobody can shit on me, then they'll be strong enough to treat people with respect, even people that can't do nothing for them. You know what I mean? But see, you got a lot of bitches in the game that call themselves being hoes, and they be so quick to leave the pimping fucked up. And like, you got a lot of bitches that they might be down with a pimp and they paying them on a daily basis, and then the bitch might hit a lick. Bitch might hit a lick for, and really that ain't even really a lick, but a bitch might hit for $5,000 and she never made $5,000 at one time. But she really was just using the pimping for the game and the convenience and the situation. But she wasn't really down with him like that. She was just down with what he could do for her at the time. So she paying him. And then she might hit for the first time her biggest night, $5,000. Now she gonna leave him fucked up, and she gonna go shopping. She gonna go give her mama a bunch of money. She gonna go, or a big chunk of that, because $5,000 ain't a bunch of money, but she gonna go give her mama something. She gonna go fuck on the weed man, and she gonna go buy a 30-inch weave. She gonna go spend all that money on stupid shit. She gonna choose the money over the game. This coming from the pimping. She gonna choose the money over the game, and then when that money run out, guess who she calling? When that money run out, she calling the pimping back. And don't even have enough sense to be like, damn, I know I fucked up. Let me go double this. Let me go get 10,000 and then come back correct. Hell no. The bitch gonna wait until she's sitting outside a Motel 6. It's 10 minutes after 11. They done kicked her out the room. So now she's sitting outside a Motel 6 with her bags with no money. And now she gonna call the ism back. No. No. Because really this is somebody who could do a whole lot for you. If you understand and appreciate the pimping for what it is, the pimping could do a whole lot for you, bitch. But when you got that $5,000, now you thinking in your mind like, well, I got this money, so he can't do nothing for me. So let me go, you know, run off with this money. What your stupid ass don't keep in mind is that, one, that money is going to run out. And two, you're going to get way more than that if you just stay down. This is how feeble-minded and small-minded these bitches be. And because of that, they make dumbass, irrational decisions. And before you know it, they done made a career out of this type of decision-making, and the bitch 40 years old and don't nobody fuck with her. She done fucked over her mama. She done fucked over her daddy. She done fucked over, you know, whatever boyfriends, squares she might have fucked with at the time. She done fucked over everybody because she been choosing money and situations over people. She been compromising relationships for, you know, temporary shit. And she done left permanent stains on motherfuckers' on motherfuckers' brains. And because of that, now don't nobody fuck with the bitch. She 40 years old and she feeling stupid than a motherfucker. That's what these bitches do. But like I say all the time, man, it all boils down to the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have done unto yourself, man. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Even if it's somebody that can't do nothing for you. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Because see, dude that just walked up to me, I probably done been in a worse situation than him. I done been fucked up. I done been outside with nowhere to go. No dough, no nothing. You know what I mean? I know what it's like to be either in his shoes or in a worse position than him. So why would I shit on him because now I'm in a better position than him? That ain't gonna do me no good. So it ain't gonna, and it don't hurt you. That's the cold thing about it. It don't hurt you to treat a motherfucker with respect, man. It don't hurt you at all. And it might end up blessing you in the long run. Yeah, man, broke the bitch for the Starburst, man. Yeah, 4 years old, man. Class of 85, man. Read a few more of these comments, man, and then I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Still got to go get my issue, go to the gym and get it in, you dig? Jay Evans say that's what I'm trying to explain to my cousin. Yeah, man, hopefully they get it, because if they don't get it now, they're gonna get it sooner or later. Hopefully it ain't too late and they done burnt too many bridges by then. Tony Smith, I appreciate that, man. I'm glad you getting something out of it, man. Getting on your shit. Nakarashi say, if anything, make Cinemod and get these weirdos out. See, Nakarashi, see, it's a few reasons why I don't really trip on what the haters say. One, first of all, like I say, suckers don't exist. So I let them do whatever they want to do, and I don't acknowledge them. They're not gonna get no airplay. But then two, see, I like to know what's going on. I like to know what's on the hater's mind. You know, and by them being emotional, even though I'm saying this right now, and this should serve as enlightenment, like, damn, maybe I shouldn't express myself. Maybe I shouldn't express all this hatred about Freeze and Sinful. Maybe I shouldn't be giving them a piece of my mind. Maybe I should stay reserved and exercise the element of surprise. But even though I'm saying this, they not going to do it. You know why? Because that urge to hate, that urge to, I'm going to give him a piece of my mind. That urge is just too strong. And like I said before, that hatred blinds motherfuckers from keeping it real, blinds them from being rational. It blinds them from operating with game and wisdom and ism. So they gonna keep expressing themselves and exposing themselves, and it's just gonna keep me in the know. You know, because I'm not emotional, so they might not never know what's on my mind concerning them. And that go for anybody that I might have a problem with or anything like that. Yeah, I might roast a motherfucker like I have. Y'all seen me roasting the other day. But I'm not gonna be in somebody's comment section every motherfucking day leaving comments, letting a motherfucker know how much I hate them and why I hate them and all this old shit. They gonna expose themselves in some sort of way. I'll be learning. See, that's what they don't know. I'll be learning so much from these haters as far as like who hating me and why and all this old shit. It's just good to know what's on your enemy's mind. You know? And if I got snipers shooting them down all the time, I might not never know what's on their mind. So that's just me. I like to know what's on their mind. I ain't gonna never acknowledge them. Never gonna go back and forth arguing with them or any of that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna stay focused. I'm a hell of a multitasker, so I can stay paying attention to what they saying and all that old type of shit while I'm spitting the message and you know, entertaining y'all at the same time. I don't sweat that shit. And see, that's another thing too. I operate in reality. Like, yeah, we here on YouTube. I fuck with YouTube. I fuck with social media. But aside from this, I have a real life. Aside from this, I got real responsibilities. Aside from this, I have real people that depend on me and got love for me, and I got love for them. You know, I have a real life outside of this shit. So this shit don't move me. What a motherfucker types on a fucking screen, that shit don't move me. I'm completely unfazed. Motherfucker could come on here, Freeze, I fucked your mama in the ass, she's a punk ass bitch. They can say whatever. Freeze, I dug your grandmama up from the grave, man, and did woo woo. They can say whatever. That shit does not faze me. You know why? Because I know that they're a coward, and I know that they ain't gonna never say the shit if they see me. What they really gonna do if they see me is be nice, and they gonna wanna take a picture, they gonna want an autograph or something like that, because that's really what it is. See, certain people, like I've said before, they wanna be accepted. Certain people wanna be seen as an equal, but they know they never will. Like certain motherfuckers that call themselves P's in the game. They want to be seen as an equal. They want to be seen by Sinful and Freeze with respect. But they know that they never will. And it ain't got nothing to do with pimping or anything like that. Because before that, if you a man, I'm gonna respect you as a man. But if you're not a man, and you don't operate as a man and you're just a male, and you operate like a female or just a buster or a sucker or anything like that, I'm not gonna respect you. And see, a lot of these dudes, they don't know any other way to be except for a sucker or a buster or something like that. But they want to be accepted by motherfuckers like Sinful and Freeze. And they know that their natural selves can't be accepted or acknowledged. Even beyond acceptance, they just want to be acknowledged in some sort of way. They want to be acknowledged in a good way. So they know they can't do it. So the next best thing to do is hate. Oh, he ain't gonna be cool with me. He ain't gonna shake my hand. He ain't gonna be my partner. He ain't gonna acknowledge me. All right, I'm gonna start hating on him. I'm gonna start lying on him. Then people gonna pay attention to me. That's what they want. You know what I mean? And even if I had mods in here deleting their shit and blocking them, that's giving them a story. That's giving them something to talk about. Yeah, man, I was over there and Freeze and shit, man. I was giving them a piece of my mind, man. You know, they didn't want to hear the real shit that I was saying, man. So the motherfuckers started deleting my shit. Then they blocked me. You're not even finna get that much satisfaction. You can't say none of that with Freeze. You can't say none of that. You have no story. I was over there hating on Freeze. You know, he didn't acknowledge me, man. You know, I was hoping, just like your boy Johnny Law said. I was in Sinful's live, man. Hold on. Let me do my impression again. You know, I was over there at Sinful's live. You know, I came in there. What's up, family? How y'all doing? I'm watching the man read my comments, and you know, I'm hoping, did he say fuck you, kiss my ass? He didn't say nothing. That's what they want. See the boy Johnny Law? He would have been satisfied if Sinful was like, man, fuck you, punk ass nigga. Or kiss my ass, you bitch ass nigga, or something. He would have been, that would have made his day. But by Sinful not acknowledging, not blessing him in the comments, not blocking him, not doing none of that, it's just burning him up inside like, damn, why he won't acknowledge me? Why he ain't fucking with me? Damn. He won't even diss me. I can't even get him to diss me. I wish he would at least diss me. He ain't got to show me no love, but damn, you can't diss me? Come on, man, please, can you diss me? He couldn't even get dissed. He's not powerful enough. So that's my philosophy with these haters, man. That's how I operate with them. That's how I handle them, man. They want me to diss them. They want me to talk shit back to them. They want me to block them. They want me to delete them and delete their comments and all that type of shit. They want all of that so they can have a story. See, Johnny would have been so happy if the next day he could have went and talked to somebody and been like, yeah, or he could have went to Danky lowercase p, got on the phone with Danky lowercase p and like, yeah, man, I was over there at Sinful Live the other day, man, and P, you wouldn't believe this shit, man. The man said, fuck you, Johnny, you a buster, man, and he blocked me. He would have loved to have been able to get on the phone with Danky lowercase p and say that, but he can't even say that. Like I said, man, he like Yvette on Baby Boy when Jody dissed her motherfucking ass and she went and got in the car with her girlfriend and started crying, talking about, he don't love me no more. That's all you get. All you get is if he don't love me no more. That's all, and see, that's why they so mad at Sinful. Because they know he really a man, and they know they not a man. You know you're not a man, and you know this is a man. Unshaken, unmoved, solid. It's no circumstance that's gonna make him compromise his manhood. And you know that. That's why they mad. That's why they hate. You know what I mean? That's why they hate. Put some love in my body, unlike a lot of these people be doing, man. This love is gonna save your life, man. Cal Newman, nah, they can't get that attention, man. That's what they want, bad. But listen, man, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. As always, man, I appreciate all the love. I appreciate the thumbs up. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, please hit the thumbs up now. I appreciate the comments, all the positive feedback, positive energy, period. Excuse me. I appreciate you subscribing. And if you subscribe, please hit the bell so you'll be notified when I post. I appreciate your shares. I appreciate your support in every which way possible that you come with it. And we're going to do this again much sooner than later, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all be easy. Be blessed. I'll holler.